Hey everybody, back again, Fatman Vape Reviews, Fatman Rob himself, and we have not been on for a while. Last time we were on, we did the DIY 101 Fruity Tooty Badooty, and it was amazing. Good response from the people, good response from people who are reviewing. Today we're getting back to the roots of reviewing, and I want to let you guys know that from this point forward I will be doing much more reviews, tech reviews, juice reviews, and also I will be doing more tricks on the DIY to show you guys how to mix up some good flavors, some good recipes, things on your own that you can take with you. I found a bunch of new flavors since last year when I did the video of the Fruity Tooty Badooty. I have several hundred recipes in the thing. I might be starting to make juice here soon professionally. I've been working with a couple other people teaching me some tricks and trades of the mixing review. Now, to get something very clear, last time when I taught the DIY, there was a big controversy about exact measurements. I always measure exactly. Last time I made a 100 milliliter batch. That specific batch, I did very specifically, very perfectly, very precise measurements, and I didn't make a big deal about it because you're making your own juice at home, 100 mil batch. If you're half a milliliter short, 1 milliliter short, or 1 milliliter too much, it's not really going to make a difference on the overall recipe. But for those who listen to the DIY video who are going to be doing new stuff, I do suggest keep your measurements perfect, okay? The better review the better looking at each specific individual component, and the more precise the measurement, the more definite the actual design is. So keep your eyes on that, keep them going, keep them precise, keep them measured. Today we're going to do a review, a company that I have reviewed before. Now this is a wholesale place. This is e-cig Best Save. They are in Three Rivers, Michigan, which is very close to the area which I live. I know the people who own it because I've done a lot of stuff. I get my cartomizers there, my tanks there. This is a new Vamo version 5.0. I like these because they take two 18350s and a 18650 variable voltage ohms and watts. Nice mod. Just got this from China actually for a very good price. But I get the tanks and cartos from e-cig Best Save a lot. Whenever I go in there, I have them throw me some new juice to review, and that's what we're going to do today. Last time I reviewed high caliber blue raspberry juice. This is the same company that makes it, high caliber, but this will be juicy peach. Now, as you guys know, I'm a big fan of the juicy peach flavorings that you can make juices with, but I've never had the high caliber, okay? Filled my tank up. I'm going to go ahead and put a few drops down in the cartomizer barrel to assure I'm getting the maximum amount of flavor. I've been vaping it for about a day now, so I have an understanding of the overall juice, and as you know, I'm a DIY master, a DIY expert, a DIY genius, and a god of sorts. So I am very aware of how to look into these things for the best possible components of what they're making the juice with. One complaint that I have had about high caliber is in some of their flavorings they have excessive food coloring, which can cause early cartomizer pluggage. Obviously, I'm using cartomizers. Most people aren't using cartomizers anymore. They're using either atomizers, rebuildable atomizers, or the new dripper components, which I hope to review very soon. KVS has got a nice setup in Kalamazoo Vapor Shop, so I'm hoping to look at theirs. So let's go ahead and check this juice out, check this flavor. High caliber, and this is 12%, or 1.2% nicotine. That's 12 milligrams per milliliter. This is a 70-30 ratio. VG, PG, PG at 70%, VG at 30%. One thing I can say about high caliber, they do use nice high mid-range VG and PG. The VG, you can tell is a high mid-range because cartomizers do tend to go a little quicker than they would if you were vaping the high versions of VG, which would come from like the juices that I mix myself, or places like Pink Spot, places like KVS that use the top grade notch VG. This is a top USP certified kosher grade VG, food grade. Wonderful VG, but it's just not that top echelons. It's not that higher 98 to 100%. It's down in the lower 90s, high 80s, which is still good. Quality still works very fine for this. I'm using a 1.8 ohm cartomizer here, so we're going to take it up to about 6.5 watts, which is a little on the low end. Not as high as I used to vape on that, but I like to keep my cartomizers a little longer than I used to. So let's try this out. Try this Juicy Peach. As you can see, nice vapage plumage. It's a little wet, so I'm going to give that another try. That way you can get the true plumage out. Much better plumage on that hit. Now, I can tell by their flavoring that they're using one of the same flavor vendors that I had before for this Juicy Peach. Most places that you buy Juicy Peach and it's not really orange, then what they're using is a specific flavoring from a company that I'm aware of. I don't want to give away any trade secrets, but it is a high quality flavoring. I can taste that flavoring in here. This is from the same vendor that I would get certain peach flavors from too. Now, they're not using as much flavoring as I'd like to, but for the average vapor, they're using a good percentage of flavoring. As you know, on my own DIY, if you ever mixed up the Fruity Tutti Duty batches that I've made, those batches are very strong in flavoring. This is a good mainstream flavor. You can taste it. It's on your tongue. You can taste the undertones, the overtones. You can taste the on the inhale, you can taste the peach. On the exhale, you can taste that residual peach. So it's a very good peach flavoring. As I said, I know where the flavoring is coming from, which is an advantage of being a DIY genius as myself. The one thing I could say about the VG that they use does make the flavorings have a little different aftertaste than what I'm used to. It's not a bad aftertaste, but it is an aftertaste nonetheless. Now, if you're looking at the pink spots of the world and giving those 10 out of 10 ratings, and you're looking at the Catskill Mountain Vapors at 1, or maybe the best e-cig from China, and using those types of juices and putting those as number 1, we would probably give this a 6.5 to a 7. Good quality liquids that are going in the juice, good quality juice itself. Flavoring is excellent. As I said, I know where they're getting that from. So good plumage, good vapor production at 30% VG. It's giving a nice plumage for the wattage and the components that I'm using to vape it. It's a very good plumage. We'll try one more time just to see if we can't get any extra insight on this flavoring. It's peach. I mean, it's juicy peach. There ain't much more insight we can get than that. We'll give this a 6.5 overall. Quality of the liquids itself, we'll give that 7.5 because they're using good material to make the juice. The actual flavoring mixture itself, a good 6.5. And I know you guys are saying 6.5, that doesn't sound good, but for all the juices that are out there, the average flavoring, the average overall, I give that is usually like in the 4s. So actually 6.5 is very good comparatively. e-cig Best Save is one of the better places you can get. You can always get a lot of stuff there for much cheaper than you can in stores. Much cheaper than you can even in most places that sell wholesale. They've always got sales, good customer quality. If you sign up for the email sheet, you get tons of great stuff. So if you're into the variable voltage smaller mods like the old like the old Egos and the Ego Twist and things like that, or the USB through Ego, anything in those categories, the smaller mods, you'll definitely enjoy. They're also coming out with new stuff there all the time, always adding. They have tons of good tanks, tons of good refill tanks. They've got, like I said, F16 is like, it's like a biblical term for me. I always have it near me. I always use it. I always imply it in my life. So this would be the definite place that I go get my stuff. The company itself, let's review the company and the service. I give that a 9.5 out of 10. I've never had any negative experience with e-cig Best Save. As I said, I know them guys, deal with them a lot. If you live in the southwest Michigan area, you can save on shipping. If you live in the Three Rivers, St. Joseph County community, you can drive, pick it up. I did that yesterday. That's when I got this juice. I also will be reviewing 2 more juices that they made. I've got a Decang Mint, and I've also, I believe it's a high caliber coffee, or espresso coffee. So I'm going to be reviewing both of those, but I want to finish up what's in my tank because I don't want to ruin the peach flavor. Vape it out for the rest of its entirety, see how it affects the cardo, see how long it lasts. In my average food coloring added juice content with these guys, I can usually get about 70% of my cartomizer life as I would mixing my own juice. But when I mix my own juice, it's very fresh components, things. When these go for sale, sometimes you get 3 months after they're made, sometimes 6 months. And if you get them fresh, I imagine that the longevity of those cardos would not be much more, but that is something that does affect it. So letting you guys know that, high caliber, 12%, juicy peach, good. It's a good buy, 6.5. It's not very expensive either. The prices are right. You can always go there and check. I will have links for this specific juice as well as the entirety of the store on the bottom of the listing. This is the Fatman Vape Reviews. This is the Fat Man himself, Rob. I will be coming back. This channel will have more video traffic. Apologies for the last year or so. It has been one hectic situation with my other job that I do. I've been doing tons of work, as well as the new surroundings you see behind me, which indicates I have moved. Longer story in itself, but either way, I will be making more videos, so keep your eye out on Fatman Vape Review channel. Pow! We'll see you later.